420 DNA. If it's in you, it should be on you. Holden Roads Coffee. Always fresh, never tired. Coffee with personality. Check out www.holdenroadscoffee.com. Oh, hello, friends. Welcome back to Me and the Boys Wrestling. My name is James Owen Brown, and I was just having a sip of delicious Holden Roads coffee. The candy cane variety. It's got like a hint of mint. It's not overpowering, doesn't slap you in the face. I've just been drinking it black because I don't need cream and sugar and all that when the coffee is this delicious. Check it out, holdenroadscoffee.com. Welcome. This episode is dedicated to a mixed tag tournament that is going to go down, and I am not going to waste any time. I'm just going to fire it right up. Firing it up now. Future James. We're going to get a look at the total points, brought to you by www.420dna.com. If it's in you, it should be on you. Check it out. The New Age Militia still holding down that number one spot with 48 points. The Hellfire Club in second with 40. Team 420 DNA 39 points. The Dangerous Goods 36 points. Team Holden 34 points. And the Lollipop Guild bringing up the rear with 20 points. Here we go. Right off the bat, we got a banger. Brent, the founder, representing 420 DNA, and his partner, the Yellow Power Ranger. Now you're going to see me make an error here in the recording process. I've left myself in control of the Yellow Ranger. And as I'm there with the controller not in my hand at all. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I need to fix this. So, but it proves I am controlling nothing. I am in control of nothing. All I do is set up the matches, and then the matches play themselves. And this right here is proof. That's why I left this in. But here we go for reals. Fire it up. The Yellow Power Ranger taking on Zoe Raven to start us off here. Lollipop Guild versus 420 DNA. We saw Tommy last week lose a ladder match to El Viscera. And that was surprising. Tommy basically put in 9 of the balls, and El Viscera put in the 10th ball in the mini game. Crazy. If you didn't watch it, go back, check it out. While we watch Zoe Raven in control right now of the Yellow Power Ranger. Fired into the corner. She got in mind. Ooh. Nasty looking bulldog. Zoe Raven, a finalist in the ladies tournament that we had recently, and she took care of business in there. She was flying all over the ring. And she's going to tag in her partner, Tommy. And Tommy currently holds a Me and the Boys Bank case satchel bag, and there's also a vacant one after we saw the Black Ranger cash in. I forced him to cash in. He wasn't doing it on his own. You get your match now or you don't get your match. We need better guys with it. Like a Tommy with the cash in the satchel bag boys case, purse satchel. That's the guy you want to have that. Somebody who's, a character. The Black Power Ranger, he ain't doing nothing for us. There you see the founder deliver a headbutt to the back of the head. The QLW champion. He's all fired up. In there with a Tommy, I believe, for the first time. It's another good thing about this. You get to see some neat matchups that maybe we haven't seen or thought of. Oh, wow. Zoe Raven misses with a springboard kick thing. And then just says, screw it. Fires the Yellow Ranger over the top. And then she lets him know right in front of Brent. Wow. The disrespect is real. Brent and Tommy fixing to mix it up again here. Oh. Tommy just pops the man up, lets him fall right on his face. Discus punch. Oh, and the back kick. Devastating. Tommy racing around the ring all the way up to the top rope. Hits a missile drop kick right in the chest. Shout out to our house show viewer. Now I will say this this episode actually topped the last episode of Me and the Boys Wrestling for views on the house show. And oh wow, Tommy letting him know. Now the house shows happen sporadically and randomly, just whenever I get some time and I have my, some ideas in mind or the card written out and set up. So I can't give you a specific time, but I mean, turn your notifications on if you want to watch the house show. I've heard that it's very boring without the commentary. Boom. The limp noodle. Tommy goes for a pin, but Brent's too close to the ropes. And now he's going to tag out. Or, I don't know. You had Brent in a spot there. I don't know if I would have tagged out. Well, now Yellow Ranger returns the favor on Zoe Raven. Oh, wow. Standing moonsault. And a bunch of kicks. Yellow Ranger got those educated feet. So we're going to see each of the ladies that are assigned to a team in action tonight, and I'm excited for that. We got some superstars. I got my eye on the team of Holden Rhodes and Danielle Smith. Danielle Smith, of course, the current Me and the Boys ladies, the QLLW champion, I guess. The Quarantine League ladies of wrestling. And she came out of nowhere with a vicious squash on Mad Moxie. But right away, Dr. Volcano and Mad Moxie partner up to win the mixed tag titles, and that's what this is all about. The winner of this tournament is going to get a shot at Mad Moxie and Dr. Volcano. Now, is that even really a prize? Feels more like a punishment to me. Zoe Raven with a Frankensteiner head scissors kind of a thing, and now she's going to tag out. And here comes a Tommy. Brent fired into the corner. Now Tommy's been able to hold his own pretty good here against the founder. Which means that Tommy, if he wanted to, could put himself in that QLW title mix. But I don't think that's what he wants. I think he wants to go after one Cody Harris, the current Me and the Boys champion. But from what we've seen, Tommy will mix it up with just about anybody. The men, the women, he doesn't care. The bear's hungry, he'll eat. And Tommy gonna drag this man around until Brent says, I had enough of that. Puts an elbow right in the gut. Brent going to work. There's one German suplex and a ripcord lariat. Brent's going to tag himself out of this match. Oh, wow. Zoe Raven hits a kick before the Yellow Ranger can hit a punch. And we're into 3-star territory. Another standing Spanish fly. This is just going to try and pull the arm right out of the socket. Thanks for watching, friends. If you're enjoying the content here, this digital wrestling, consider subscribing to the channel. Share the video, like the video, tell a friend. Join our Facebook group, Me and the Boys Wrestling. And there's also the Only Heels Incorrectly Named Wrestlers group. It's a group where we just kind of share memes and get wrestlers' names wrong and have a little chuckle throughout the day. If you are on the roster, and you are in the Only Heels Facebook group, you qualify to earn shots at the Quarantine League or the Only Heels Championship. But you got to kind of, if you have a post of the week in the Only Heels group, that's a good way to earn yourself a shot at that title. Just ask Riggs, the current Only Heels champion. There goes a Tommy back to the corner to tag out. Really did a number on Brent. Zoe Raven finds herself with no dance partner because the Yellow Ranger is still stunned and down on the outside.
Under the rope she goes.
Let's have a look at what happened last week. We saw the 12K title. We determined our next number one contender for that, and it's going to be Honky Tonk Zippe taking on Danger Boy Dana Boyle at some point down the line. And that's exciting. We saw DeBlock take on He-Man with the ladies at ringside, and DeBlock picked up a victory over the Attorney and Hero. We were supposed to see DMP versus the Stroop, which is a match we can't seem to get a finish for, and we don't know who comes out on top in that one. So we're going to have to do that one again and try and keep Dr. Volcano out of it. Clearly he's got a problem with DMP, which I think it goes back all the way to season 3. Something about a missed rubber match. Something about maybe the 12K title. I can't remember. But I bet DMP remembers that demented maniacal psychopath. He doesn't forget a thing like that. Oh my God. Is the count seriously at 9?
Driven into the barricade.
Okay, Tommy's going to go out, break the count. He doesn't want to win like that. It looked like Brent was willing to take a walk there. What else did we see? So yeah, we're going to have to see DMP versus the Stroop, and really the winner should get a shot at Cody Harris, I think. Two fellas in the upper echelon, the upper tier. We saw that ladder match between Tommy and Elvisa we talked about earlier. We saw Mr. Mustache take on Gale in a return match that was not submission rules. And sure enough, Mr. Mustache took down the self-proclaimed king of Me and the Boys Wrestling. Then we saw a number one contenders match, a rumble for the QLW title. And Eric Cartman came out on top representing Dangerous Goods. So that's my guy. I'm alright with that. He's going to get the next shot at Brent for the QLW title. Then we saw, like we talked about earlier, Mad Mox. Maybe we didn't actually. I can't remember. We saw a mixed tag title match between Dr. Volcano and Mad Moxie taking on Rick and Charlotte Flair, who were, to the best of my memory, the last QLW mixed tag champions. Oh my God. Zoe Raven with a corkscrew shooting star press lands hard on the Yellow Ranger and gets a 2 count. He hits her with a standing moonsault as Tommy comes in to deal with Brent. Zoe Raven back to the top again. The Yellow Ranger stunned, and she hits it again. The corkscrew shooting star press. Oh my goodness. The intestinal fortitude of the Yellow Ranger to kick out of 2. Crazy. Ducks a kick, throws a kick. Smashes her face into the turnbuckle. Oh, and then hits a massive DDT. We also saw, I believe we talked about it earlier, the Only Heels title change hands in a table match. Riggs picked up a big win over Holden. Put him through the table and the whole bit. Took his belt. Holden, of course, still owed a tag title match with a partner of his choosing. Speaking of the tag titles, we saw Crooked Control dethrone the Jungle Boys and capture their first gold here at Me and the Boys Wrestling, and that was exciting. The boys in Crooked Control are all good fellas, and it was nice to see them get a win. So it looks like Holden and Mr. Miyagi are going to take on Crooked Control for those titles. And then we saw a Me and the Boys title match between the Black Power Ranger and Cody Harris, where the Black Power Ranger cashed in. Cody Harris said nuh-uh and beat him. And that was it for that. What else did I call up? I just wanted to have the roster handy so we can run down some of these. Representing Team 420 DNA, the Yellow Power Ranger, and Brent, the founder, the current p.o.e. champ. Zoe Raven going for the pin. This is a heck of a match. A lot of back and forth. They've got it at 4 stars, 4.5 stars right now. All kinds of back and forth action. Also on Team 420 DNA, Peter Griffin, just a monster over at Pop Culture Punch-Out. Chaos and DeWolf, who, I don't know, we haven't seen a whole lot of them lately. This season there hasn't been a whole lot of Chaos and DeWolf. Maybe they're not on the same page. Last I remember, Aaron DeWolf had some ideas of his own, some grand ideas, as we watched Brent choke slam Itami on that hard cement all the way down to the floor. Jubilectron on that team as well, but Jubilectron left the chat, so I don't know what that means. I'll have to do some research. Mr. Mustache on that team, Ross Bruce on that team, Donatello, Carl from the Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and of course the Yellow Ranger. Now, Mr. Mustache and Ross Bruce, 2 newcomers here, and I feel like those 2 fellas may factor in the long run. That's the future of this business right there. We're talking about a Canada versus the world, because most of the fellas are Canadian, but quite a few of them aren't, it turns out. So we're international here at Me and the Boys Wrestling, and there's got to be a way that we can turn that into content. So we're going to see what happens with that. And that'll be fun. And Ross Bruce, being of Scottish descent, of course, is going to factor into that. Wow. Tommy gets a 2.5 on Brent. Now let's have a look at the Lollipop Guild here. He-Man, Sabretooth, Fitz, Slash, Kennedy, Gale, King Teely, Spawn, Krang, Magneto, Zoe Raven, and Spider-Gwen. The newest addition, because we needed enough women to round out the tournament, so they needed to be on a team, or it wouldn't make any sense. So the acquisitions of Spider-Gwen for the Lollipop Guild, and Holden making a blockbuster move to go out and get Rogue from the X-Men on a moment's notice. So all those guys, we saw Fitz and Kennedy in the 12K title mix, Gale and King Teely in the QLW title mix, and guys like Sabretooth and Krang, Magneto, all those guys, He-Man. There it is again, the Corkscrew, Shooting Star Press. And that's going to get her. Brent can't get there in time. Zoe Raven and Itami are going to move on. So I tried to do this tournament and set it up in tournament mode. At this point, I've restarted this video 3 times, so I can't remember what all we've talked about or what was cut in a previous version, so it's a mess. But I tried to set it up. It ended up being 2 Yellow Power Rangers against Zoe Raven and Itami. And because the men can't fight with the women, Itami wasn't allowed to tag in. But Zoe Raven won it anyway, if I remember correctly, and it was a whole to-do. So I left that up on my channel if you want to check it out. I don't know. I'll put it in the playlist. Greatest of all time, they say. Itami and Zoe Raven moving on. Up next, we got DMP and Luna Vachon, his Looney Tunes, as he calls her affectionately, taking on Sarah Bailey and Phil Shaw. DMP parting ways recently with Mad Moxie as Dr. Volcano showed up to take back what was his, he said. They are, of course, married, so once Dr. V comes back into the mix, I don't know.
helpless right here.
Oh, look at Luna Vachon.
Just exerting
That is nasty. Just working over Sarah Bailey.
And now, and the fall-away slam.
Vicious.
Ooh, well measured.
So we ran down the Lollipop Guild. Let's talk about the Hellfire Club for a minute. We'll use this as an opportunity to just kind of talk about the teams. Can't start the matches with finishers in the tournament, so at least not for the mixed tag. What a mess it was. I had to do it manually because the tree wouldn't work. You don't get that nice graphic. I tried to make a belt for the mixed tag titles, but you have to assign the belt male or female. You have to choose one, and because it's a mixed tag thing, it won't let you choose either. So, what a mess. Okay, DMP gonna hop in there with Phil Shaw. Phil Shaw, the table specialist. DMP, the longest reigning Me and the Boys champion of all time. Recently lost it on a Cody Harris cash-in. Look at that. Sarah Bailey comes in to break up the pin. The Hellfire Club. Right now, the big story of the Hellfire Club is DMP and the Stroop. While DMP was champ, the Stroop earned himself a title shot. And typically, we're not going to have faction mates fight each other, but DMP said, let's do it. It'll be a friendly competition, you know, may the best man win. So the match was made and everything was set up, and then during the match, Cody Harris cashes in his Money in the Bank Boys satchel case and turns it into a triple threat and then wins the match. After a whole bunch of false finishes and finishing moves, we saw the Stroop effect 3-4 times. Oh my god. Luna smacks everybody down off the rope. DMP gonna go for a pin. Just a 1 count though. So the whole thing got out of control. And then we tried to see DMP versus the Stroop again last week, but Dr. Volcano got involved. Let it be known that Dr. Volcano is back partnered up with Mad Moxie, and they're going to cause ruckus in a mixed tag situation. So, how much does DMP want to factor into that? Wants to get a shot at both of them at the same time? First, though, he's going to have to get past Phil Shaw. Look at Luna Vachon really getting involved here. Shoving Phil Shaw. He went to a different corner to avoid her. This referee's got to open his eyes. We saw, of course, Crooked Control, new tag champs. So those guys are going to earn some points for the team. Mario and Luigi. The story of the Marios and Luigi versus the Mario and Luigi. And the cartoony Mario and Luigi ended up being the more dominant pairing. So that was kind of neat. DMP ended up with Luigi after the best friends parted ways and were both cut from the men's faction. He said, I don't want it. I don't need it. I don't need trash on my squad. It's a bold move. Riggs is on that team, the current only heels champ. Things are looking up here for the Hellfire Club. Who else we got here? On the pop culture side, we got Ronald McDonald, Duke Nukem, Vecna from Stranger Things, Omega Red, Shredder, Jaws, and of course Luna Vachon. Just a dominant team really on both sides. It's in a good spot. Sarah Bailey. Oh, wow. Like a somersault stunner? Is that a thing? And she's going to tag in Phil Shaw, the table specialist. Now let's talk about the Dangerous Goods. That's my team that I captain. We've got myself. I'm not very good. I'm often in the mix for the 12K title and showing up within the first 5 of every Royal Rumble that there ever was ever. But on my team, Phil Shaw, who you're watching right now, table specialist. former QLW and 12K champion. Who else is on my team? Honky Tonk Zippe. So, yeah, when the best friends split, Honky Tonk Chris went off to join Team Holden Rhodes because he said he wanted to learn how to be a gangster. And then immediately went out and got a better suit, arguably, than Honky Tonk Zippe's original Honky Tonk suit. And then Honky Tonk Zippe just jumped him a bunch of times backstage. But Chris would get the better because we know how it goes when you jump somebody here at Me and the Boys Wrestling. It never works out well for you. Looked like Luna Vachon broke up that pin. Good ring awareness. And you wonder how far DMP would get without the help of Luna Vachon in this match. Phil Shaw going up, hits a frog splash. Nice looking. He's going to get the win. Wow. Just like that, Phil Shaw with a frog splash. Almost a sign of disrespect to hit that man with a frog splash. Here we see the 613. Luna Vachon with a Vader bomb. Phil Shaw with the angle slam. The mumble slam. And moving on, Phil Shaw and Sarah Bailey representing Dangerous Goods. Speaking of the rest of Dangerous Goods, that's all we got for real people. So on the pop culture side, we've got Moon Knight, Michelangelo, Raphael, Colossus, Eric Cartman, Marty McFly, Cthulhu. Oh, and Showtime and Brickhouse also on the team. We haven't seen them in a bit, but we're going to have to determine new number one contenders for the tag belts soon. Here's the Only Heels post of the week, made by Ross Bruce. The Fabulous Freebirds. They were not so fabulous on this night as all their fancy clothes were in the wash. Of course, making an allusion to the New Day and their tie-dye outfits that they always wear. I don't know. That's a good one, though. Strong post of the week. Ross Bruce, maybe we'll just give him next. He can take on Riggs for a shot at the Only Heels belt. And here we go. The luck of the draw put two of Holden Rhodes' teams against each other, which basically means that Team Holden is going to get a bye into the next round of this tournament. So let's see what happens here between Rogue and Wolverine. And Holden Rhodes and Danielle Smith. Danielle Smith came out of nowhere. Won that tournament, made short work of Mad Moxie, made the most of her title opportunity. But right now, she's getting really beat up by Rogue. Rogue's going really hard for a friendly, you know, you figure somebody just do the finger poke of doom here and take your bye on to the next round, but iron sharpens iron, I guess. Rogue better be careful. She's going to find herself hit with that that nasty German suplex. Wow, Rogue stalking her opponent. Danielle Smith going to catch her, though. Nice. Clothesline with the kip up. Let's talk about Team Holden, who has yet to give me a name for the team. So I have to assume he's just happy with the team being named after him. Here he comes, going to square up with Wolverine. Real friendly like. Neither man wants to damage the other. Team Holden is, of course, Holden Rhodes, G-Cell, and Honky Tonk Chris, and another team with just the three actual competitors. But on the pop culture side, Chuck E. Cheese, Mr. Miyagi, Leonardo, Beetlejuice, Ivan Drago, Homer Simpson, Michael Jackson, Wolverine, And of course, Rogue and Danielle Smith. What a roster. What a phenomenal roster of randomness and pop culture gold. Oof. Not looking good. Oh my goodness. Rogue just got all sorts of turned inside out. Only good for a 1 though. So yeah, we got some crazy teams here at Me and the Boys Wrestling, some crazy factions. And of course, Pop Culture Punch-Out, which we're treating kind of like our NXT. Each team's got a whole bunch, you know, somewhere between 5 or 8 pop culture guys. And we make them fight once a month on Pop Culture Punch-Out. Shout out to our house show viewers.
Here we go. You ready for it?
Rogue gonna go for a pin after a big choke slam. She can't believe it. And she's gonna tag Wolverine back in. Means we're gonna get to see Holden Rhodes take care of some business. Check out HoldenRhodesCoffee.com.
Perhaps thinking about what to do next here.
Get yourself some of the Candy Cane blend. I didn't think it was possible for one to top the Cinnabon, but I really like the Candy Cane blend. It's awesome. Like I said, I've been drinking it black because it's that delicious. Wolverine firing some hard rights and chops. Get him back, Holden into the corner. Holden's going to reverse his way out, though, and let this man know who's the leader of this faction. I am the leader. And I am going to Hulk up or something. Charging up. Looked like he hit him with a knee. Maybe he missed. And then some kind of a cutter. Now he's going for an awkward pin. I'm not sure what is going on. There's no confusion about what that was, though. That was a massive DDT. Rogue's going to come in and just break that up. Holden Rhodes, I think, knocked Wolverine unconscious with that one. Hits him with a bunch of kicks, and then lets the crowd know. The American Gangster Holden Rhodes is in this building. Fires Wolverine to the corner. Now Wolverine's going to block and kick his way out. Oh wow, rocked him with that punch. And then another one. Just a big knockout punch. Wolverine's going to go for a pin. Let's see if that's enough. Oh my god. Rogue just charged across the ring. Danielle Smith didn't even move because she knew Holden was going to be fine. She knows her partner that well. But Rogue spear tackled her right off the apron area. Now Wolverine's going to the top rope. Misses with a splash. Holden fires him to the outside. Oh wow, Danielle Smith getting involved here.
Oh, look at this. Out to the apron. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me?
Punches Wolverine in the leg. Wolverine in a stand on a man.
That's just disrespect right there. I kind of like it.
He looks a little confused. He's not sure what it's going to take. He's probably got to keep in his head that, you know, you got to remember not to pop the claws of disqualification. Rogue with a standing moonsault. Now she's going to the top rope. Oh wow. Big frog splash into a pin. Danielle Smith is stunned. Wow, Rogue's gonna get her. Rogue pins Danielle Smith after a frog splash, and Rogue and Wolverine are gonna move on in this tournament.
Whenever tag team is on the docket, the mayhem multiplies.
The teams that are winning are getting 1 point for their faction, and we're going to give the winning faction 3 points. And a shot at the mixed tag titles.
Here are your winners. An incredibly impressive showing by this tag team.
There they are. Rogue and Wolverine. That's a dynamite team right there. Could they be the team that has to go against Dr. Volcano and Mad Moxie? Ooh. Look at people leaving comments and stuff. Not bad. Here we're going to get a look at the New Age Militia team, DeBlock and Diavolo. Diavola or Diavolo? I'll look it up. In my notes, of course, I just have Dia. I guess we'll just run with Dia. Look at all those comments coming in. DeBlock and Dia taking on Spider-Gwen and Slash, who, of course, represent the Lollipop Guild. And DeBlock and Slash have had beef over on Pop Culture Punch-Out. We've been letting that play out. Whenever whenever the computer tells me that they should fight, I let them fight. Oh my God. Slash with a nasty move. They have a rivalry. It's like acknowledged in the system and in the algorithms that those two guys don't like each other. And I want to try and see as many of the weird animations as I can. And by letting it play out how it wants it to play out rather than shifting stuff, I think we have a better chance at that. So this works into that, and that's cool. We're going to get our first look at Spider-Gwen. And she squares up with Dia. Hits Dia with a famouser. And she hops over, going up to the top. Oh, wow. Like DeBlock took a swipe at Spider-Gwen. That's a good way to get yourself disqualified, friend. Dia fires Spider-Gwen all the way down. And the referee's going to get the count going. It's a good time to remind you, friends, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. Like the video, share the video, do all those things. Leave a comment. If you're watching for the first time, maybe you want to be a part of Me and the Boys Wrestling. You could do that. Leave a comment, leave a contact, and we'll talk about it. You could join the roster. You could hop in the ring with DeBlock or Holden Rhodes or myself. Maybe you could challenge Cody Harris for the Me and the Boys Championship. Wow. Spider-Gwen just slides in under the count.
Yeah, you just know that would have been a deflating result for the WWE Universe.
And I needed 8 teams for this, so of course we only have 6. So I had to, what I did was gave the last place teams an extra shot. And the last place teams at the time, an extra horse in the race, so to speak. So that's why we're seeing a couple teams twice. That's fine though. I'm excited. We got some bangers already. The first round, Zoe Raven and Itami taking on Phil Shaw and Sarah Bailey. That's going to be exciting. And then Rogue and Wolverine are going to take on the winners of this match. Oh wow. He is vicious. Got Spider-Gwen in that armbar. Now she's just going to yank it right out of the socket, not messing around. Now she's going up to the top rope. Oh, wow. Get up, she says. I'm going to miss and get reversed. Spider-Gwen going to pick her up. Oh, wow. Where's she going with this? Wow, the 613. Smacks her with the 613. Then heads up to the top rope and hits a frog splash on Dia. Ooh. 2.75 as Dia was stunned. Oh, wow. Springboard. I don't know. No, a slingshot. A slingshot moonsault. Spider-Gwen's going to tag in Slash. Now we're going to get to see DeBlock and Slash pick a man up, throw a man down. Nothing fancy about that. DeBlock steps on a man's stomach, I hope. Might have been low, I don't know. And just throws Slash across the ring. Lets the crowd know. Pick a man up, throw a man down. Slash just in there getting rocked. This is not a competition. Slash kicked out, but I wouldn't have been surprised if he didn't. Uh-oh. The end of the block. Oh, wow. Spider-Gwen just saved this match. I'm pretty confident. And the culture splash. You don't want to take too many of those, but you're going to take at least two. The culture splash. Wow. Goes for a third, but went to the well one too many times and Slash had it scouted. Oh, wow. Tilt-a-whirl head scissors. Sure. Slash gonna hop out. Spider-Gwen gonna come in now. Mix it up some more with Dia. As we get into 3.5-star territory. Northern Lights suplex. In bridge though, go for the pin. Oh wow, goes for a leg lock.
Targeting the leg.
She's really using those submission moves tonight. Could be a submission specialist. Oh. 2.5. Dia can't believe it. Just gonna stomp on the face of Spider-Gwen. And then go back to that armbar. Oh, it's a crossface chicken wing. She lets the crowd know. Tags the block back in.
That means her opponent has to leave the ring too.
Slash gonna drag the block, set him up on the ropes. The block's gonna reverse. Maybe not. Oh, I guess that whole thing was the animation. Okay. Slash just put this at a 4-star match with that move. And then the tilt-a-whirl head scissors. Oh. Punches the block in the face, hits him with one German suplex, and then a ripcord lariat. And then drops a knee right on his arm. Can't pick a man up or throw a man down if your arms are broken. And the block's rocked. Oh, but he reverses and fires Slash down onto the floor. And then makes a tag. Oh, wow. Snap German suplex. Nasty looking. Spider-Gwen gonna fire Dia down onto that hard cement floor. Oh my god. For a springboard leg drop from the inside of the ring to the outside area. And missed by a lot. And Dia hits a belly-to-belly suplex. Now Dia gonna drop a knee on that arm. Referee's at 5. Spider-Gwen reverses, takes the legs out. And Dia's got an underhook. An underhook suplex. And these two are just fighting. They're not worried about that count. We're at 7. Okay, Dia's aware. She wants it back in here. Both the ladies back in. Oh my god. Oh. Nasty. The Dia drop. Uh-oh. Got that arm bar, but she's too close to the ropes. Now she's going to the top rope with Spider-Gwen halfway across the ring. Oh, drops a huge leg. And she's going for a pin. Wow. Diavolo drops a massive leg drop off the top rope. The house show viewers are going nuts. And we saw the 613 from Spider-Gwen. It looked like Slash fell off the apron there. The block, pick a man up, throw a man down. Moving on to the finals of this tournament. The Block and Diavolo representing the New Age Militia.
Here are your winners. Now that the mixed tag insanity's over, can we give the
Or sorry, no, not the finals. The semifinals.
That wasn't just a win,
Gonna take on Rogue and Wolverine. They got their work cut out for them. Here we go back to this side of the bracket. Round 2, the semifinals of this mixed match tag tournament. We're going to see a Tommy and Zoe Raven take on Sarah Bailey and Phil Shaw.
Mixed tag team match starting.
There's no damage retention on because I had to do a manual tournament, which resulted in a lot of needless editing. So, WWE 2K22, you got to sort that out, okay? You got to patch the mixed tag tournament and the mixed tag championship belt creator. So they are not working. Finally, Zoe Raven lands that nasty springboard kick and then a standing shooting star press. Only good for a 1 count though on Sarah Bailey. Representing Dangerous Goods, Sarah Bailey and the table specialist Phil Shaw. Oh wow. Nasty snap suplex from Zoe Raven. Next week we're going to have Pop Culture Punch Out Thursday at 7 p.m. so we don't interfere with football or have to compete against it. I don't want that to be a thing. And we're going to determine who, probably 2 or maybe 4 more of the competitors who are going to appear in the Elimination Chamber while we crown our first Pop Culture Punch-Out champion. So far in the match, Peter Griffin, as well as, I believe it was Colossus that came through. So we're going to do a couple more 6-pack challenges and rumbles and stuff like that. Somebody's going to earn themselves a shot to be the first ever Pop Culture Punch-Out champion. That's going to be great. We're also building towards the end of the season now. We're past the halfway mark. This, I believe, would count as episode 7. And our big December free per-view is a returning one. So that's exciting too. A returning pay-per-view, free per-view, Eve of Challengers is our response to their Night of Champions. And yeah, I think some of these title matches that we have brewing, we're going to save those for Eve of Challengers. And I know it'll be a little bit, but I think we'll just keep talking about them a lot and see if that builds hype rather than having the titles switch like hot potato and title matches every week. You know, maybe like we limit the show to 1 title match per show. Keeps the titles a bigger deal. The concern though is that the champions then aren't on the show, so I guess you can do. Oh wow, Sarah Bailey just hit a stunner on Zoe Raven. Let's see if that's enough. Oh, 2.75. Phil Shaw was in there ready for the Tommy New. Look at Sarah Bailey. She's all fired up. But yeah, the one I'm excited for, Honky Tonk Zippe versus Danger Boy Dana Boyle for the 12K title. As Phil Shaw hits a reverse power slam kind of a thing. And then a standing shooting star press. We've seen this a bunch tonight. And Tommy just laying there, taking it. Phil Shaw with the 5-star frog splash on a stun to Tommy, going for the pin. Wow, that was close. Danger Boy Dana Boyle versus Honky Tonk Zippe for the 12K title. Now those fellas used to play hockey together, no love lost there. Longtime friends turned bitter enemies for our purposes, for our entertainment purposes. And you gotta wonder if the feud between Honky Tonk Zippe and Honky Tonk Chris is finished, because after that Iron Man tables match we saw, there was a lot of controversy, so we gotta figure that out as well. We also have to see Holden and Mr. Miyagi take on Crooked Control. I don't want to wait until December, though, to do that. That's a long time from now. Well, we'll see what happens. Brent versus Cartman. I feel like we can get that one out of the way. Maybe we'll do that on our next regular episode. Oh. And then we'll do something to determine another #1 contender for the QLW title. And we also need to dole out the Me and the Boys Cash Bank satchel bag. So maybe we'll do like a rumble or something and give everybody give the whole roster a fair shot. Maybe that's exactly what we'll do, actually. We'll just put 30 fellas in there. We'll do that as the main event for the next regular episode, which will be in 2 weeks from now. Right here on the channel, please like and subscribe. This is digital wrestling at its finest, friends. We are doing the things. We are wrapping stories around them. We do have a chat group. We also have a Facebook page. So if you'd like a little insight on some of these characters, who the majority of are real people, except for, like, you know, Mario and Cartman. And, like, if it's obviously not a real person, then it's not a real person. If you don't know who it is, then it's probably a real person. Which is awesome. We are international. We have roster members as far away as the UK and as close as down the street here in Niagara. The Tommy getting in there to mix it up with the table specialist, Phil Shaw. Phil Shaw, a former member of the Blocks team. It's escaping me what they were called last season, but a big part of the reason they were the faction champions.
What a gutsy performance. Oh, what a kick.
Phil Shaw, let him know. Oh, wow. Oh, Tommy reverses, turns it into a DDT. Oh, and then it's a Superman punch. He's going for the pin. Wow. That was close. Sarah Bailey was in there to make the save, but she didn't need to. Tommy hits a drop kick, stands this man back up, goes for a discus clothesline, but misses. Phil Shaw ducked underneath it and then hit a German suplex of his own, and now he's in the corner to make the tag to Sarah Bailey. The ladies really determining the outcomes of these matches, more so than the fellas, I think. Zoe Raven just flying around the ring. Oh, wow. A twisting top rope arm drag. I don't even know. And there's that corkscrew shooting star press. She's going to go for a pin. Phil Shaw, though, going to interrupt the pin. I guess they, like, yell, "Hey, ref," or something and break up the pin. Because you can't have the men in there just stomping on the women. Oh, she goes to the well one too many times. Sarah Bailey gets the knees up. And that corkscrew shooting star press lands hard. Now Sarah Bailey going to work. Oh, wow. That's a jackhammer. Corey Graves called it a brain buster. Oh, now right into the accolade. Big submission move here. Here comes a Tommy. Phil Shaw, though, ready to answer. And we're into 4-star territory here, friends. These mixed tag matches get some good stars. Oh, wow. Where is my money? Zoe Raven makes the tag out to a Tommy. Oh, wow. Tommy showing off that power. Gonna bang Phil Shaw into the corner and then just toss him aside. And then the back kick for good measure. Devastating. And then the arm wreck. Where is my money? The Tommy wants to know. Getting dangerously close to 4.5-star territory. Ooh. Looked like a Tommy was going for some kind of a neck breaker. Phil Shaw reverses. Now he's going to stand this man up and then hits a step-up kick. And that's going to be enough to get him to the corner to get Sarah Bailey back into this match. And she hits a cutter on Zoe Raven. Oh, wow. Just like that, out of nowhere. The referee out of position, but he's going to start the count. He's going to get her. Wow. Sarah Bailey pinned Zoe Raven with the Bailey cutter. I'm going to call it the Bailey cutter.
That had to be one of the matches of the year.
Wow,
Let's take another look
underhook
at some of the
DDT.
action.
And the house show viewers are going crazy. Crazy. It's tough now. YouTube changed their stuff around so that when I broadcast, it's always taken a bit of time to process, but I used to be able to make the video private immediately. So as soon as I was done recording, go to my YouTube, private the video immediately, so nobody can see the house show and spoil the results or anything like that. And it's not, it's not a finished product. It has no commentary or any of that kind of stuff. So I don't necessarily want people to see that. But now they've made it so that you can't make it private until it's fully processed, which means that I have to leave it up there for about 12 hours without any commentary or anything, and anybody can just look at it. So that's why the house show views are through the roof, which is excellent that people are watching, but at the same time, they're not watching a finished product. Look at this. And they're commenting on it. People are going crazy. Here's our second semifinals match. We've got DeBlock taking on Diavolo. DeBlock and Diavolo taking on Rogue and Wolverine. And one of these two teams is going to go on to face Phil Shaw and Sarah Bailey for a shot to take on Dr. Volcano and Mad Moxie. Now we get to see DeBlock in the ring with Wolverine. And you're only going to see that here at Me and the Boys Wrestling, friends. You can't just see that anywhere else. That's our boy. That's our boy DeBlock in there with our boy Logan. Logan just kicked DeBlock right in the head. Oh, nasty looking knee. Okay. DeBlock somehow, with his faculties, enough to reverse. And pick a man up. Throw a man down. Guillotines him on the top rope. Oh, and then hits a big splash. Yeah. Going for a pin, but Rogue's right there. Steps on DeBlock with a high heel. Is that legal? Where's he going? This man going all the way to the top rope. Says, get up, son. I got you. Flies across the ring. Hits him with a double axe handle. Right square in the forehead. Right between those ears. Pick a man up. Throw a man down. German suplex and the ripcord lariat. Wolverine reverses, and DeBlock's in the wrong part of town here. Looks like Wolverine doesn't know what he's doing. Presses the man, just drops him. Now he's going to go for a pin, but it's too soon for that. This man ain't going out like that. What?
Where is this energy coming from?
Wolverine with the dreaded trapezius claw. He makes the tag. Just to have to leave. Wow. Rogue hits a springboard missile drop kick and then a basement drop kick to Diavolo. And then points at Diavolo, which only upsets Diavolo, who reverses and hits some strikes of her own. And there it is again. The Northern Lights brainbuster almost. And that'll break your neck. That'll break your neck. Rogue, though, hits a dragon screw. One of the most devastating looking moves in wrestling, I think. Oh, the back kick. Spoke too soon. It's the back kick. Double back kicks from Rogue. Diavolo's got to think of her career here. Rogue hits a splash from the top rope. Wow. It's 2.5. Team Holden taking on the New Age Militia. Rogue hits a nasty looking choke slam on Diavolo. Now she's going back to the top rope for another splash. She's going to go for a pin. Diavolo is stunned, but the block's there to... Diavolo, I guess, kicked out. Wolverine came in, clotheslined the crap out of the block. Diavolo reverses. Looks like the block, though, is stunned on the outside. Diavolo going to buy some time, fire Rogue down to the hard cement floor. Vicious German suplex on the hard cement. Oh. The trapped arm body slam. Oh, the nasty Northern Lights suplex on the... Oh. It's a Northern Lights brainbuster. Ridiculous. Counts at 8. She's get back in here. Rogue realizes where she is, but the count's at 9. Wow, that was close. Rogue almost got her team counted out. And this is the last round of the semifinals here. One of these teams going to move on to take on Phil Shaw and Sarah Bailey. And we're into the 4-star range for this match. Rogue's got an underhook, backbreaker. She's going to go for a pin. The referee distracted by DeBlock. He's probably doing his dance on the side there. They're spitting some hot fire freestyle. Oh, Rogue goes for another splash, but Diavolo had it booked this time. Oh, nasty. Just grabs her by the head. She's showing signs of slowing now. This is what the purpose of a big stomp. Nothing fancy about that. And she's going back for that crossface. Oh, wow. That power bar just flew across. Wolverine looks upset on the outside, but there's not much he can do. And the hold gets broken. Now she's going to go for a pin. Wow. Rogue was out. Rogue must have been unconscious after that submission move, and Diavolo going to score the win for her team. Put the New Age Militia into the finals to take on Phil Shaw and Sarah Bailey, with the winner getting a shot at the mixed tag titles. Oh, that's nasty looking. That's how you get your neck broke. And just like that here, DeBlock and Diavolo looking super impressive, moving on to the finals. DeBlock versus Phil Shaw. Wow. 2 former teammates. And of course, Diavolo versus Sarah Bailey. 2 ladies who showed up at the same time. Equally experienced here. And here it is, the finals. The final match of this mixed tag tournament, and our main event, friends. The team that wins this going to go on, earn themselves a title shot, and we'll probably do that match as well at Eve of Challengers. I'm going to draw it out, see if we can build some anticipation, and maybe we'll do some of those, where they put the two competitors together, like a tag team feud, and they turn it into a six-man tag match, playa, holla. We'll do that, some of that stuff. I mean, you don't want to call it time filler, but like kind of fun time filler, you know? Block hits a headbutt on his boy Phil Shaw, and then picks a man up, throws a man down on his back, and then presses him apart for good measure. Jack the back and align the spine. Tag your partner in, because Diavolo has been on fire tonight. Snap suplex. Sarah Bailey, no slouch though. Took down Zoe Raven earlier. I have to look back and see how many of these matches were actually won by the ladies. What I'll do on next week's episode, which will be Pop Culture Punch-Out, we'll put the ladies who aren't on a team. Maybe I'll have a look and see if there's any space left. We'll get maybe 2 or 3 more, so everybody can pick up a secondary lady, just to mix it up a little more. But we'll do a showcase on Pop Culture Punch-Out. I'm really trying to figure out how to deal with the volumes for that. I'm aware the commentary volume is way too low. Look at this nonsense. Diavolo just picks up Sarah Bailey by the neck. My God. Nasty. But I am working on that, the volume for Pop Culture Punch-Out. Snap Northern Lights suplex. Dia gonna go for a pin here. The Block about to hop in and knock Phil Shaw's head off. Dia goes to the second rope and drops a big knee right in the face of Sarah Bailey. Sarah Bailey's head is red, and not just her hair. And her chest is orange. She's in a bad spot, and there's that leg lock. Diavolo working all parts of Sarah Bailey here. Gonna try and make her entire person red and orange. And the comments keep coming in, friends. And for some reason I didn't get a chance to read any of those comments, so if that was you and I didn't respond, my apologies. But I went back after, and they were just gone. There you see Phil Shaw breaking up a pin here. And Diavolo losing it. She's going Ultimate Warrior crazy here. Oh, goes for a discus punch, but Sarah Bailey blocks. Now Diavolo reverses. Sarah Bailey hits her with a kick. And, oh wow. Nasty. Just kind of flips her around. Punches her right in the face. Now we got Phil Shaw going to mix it up with the Block here as the men are back in action. The Block just picks this man up. Oh my God. Power bombs this man directly out of the ring and onto the hard cement floor. And he's basically going to no-sell the fact that his back is broken. The Block really going to work on the back of Phil Shaw.
Oh, this is not good at all. The pendulum backbreaker stretch. Carefully placed stomp to the arm.
Stomping him hard. Oh, wow. Gonna pick him up from dead weight, press him up over his head. And this is a long animation to be at the 6 count. The Block's just gonna drop him behind him like a sack of trash. And the count's at 7. Hits him with some strikes till Phil Shaw reverses. He's gonna Irish whip the Block to nowhere. The referee's at 8. Oh my God. Phil Shaw going to break up the count by hitting a springboard missile drop kick from the ring to the floor and follow it up with a power bomb right on the hard cement. These guys are not playing, and the crowd in the front row is just in stunned silence. Wow. Referee's at 4. Phil Shaw going to stand this man up just to clothesline him back down. Where is my money? Referee's at 6. Who's working that spotlight? They keep turning it off and on. Phil Shaw doesn't want to win the easy way. And both men get back in there to break it up. The Block really using those knees. He's going to make a tag. Get Diavolo back in there with Sarah Bailey. Wow. Phil Shaw kind of in everybody's way here. Doesn't look like he knows where he is. Or are we going to see this again? Diavolo going to hang Sarah Bailey. Wow, by the neck. Making use of that referee's 5 count. I'm going to try and pull her arm off. Now she's got the arms are orange. All that's left is the legs. And you see the fellas get in there and distract the referee. Really going to work on the arms. Oh, there it is. The arm bar. The vicious arm bar. Phil Shaw's going to break up the hold, though. We got to come up with a name for that. Armbar Rihanna.
She gets the tag. That means her opponent has to leave the ring.
The ladies going to tag themselves out. Phil Shaw and DeBlock. Oh, there's that weird reverse power slam thing. Phil Shaw going to go to the top rope. You don't see that too often. Except for tonight. Goes for a splash but misses. DeBlock a shade quicker. Pick a man up, throw a man down. DeBlock using that powerhouse offense. Now he's got something lined up, and it is the end of the block. He's going to go for a pin. Ooh, 2.75, and Phil Shaw kicks out. DeBlock with a German and a ripcord lariat. Now he's setting him up again. He's been to the first block. Check out the end of this. Oh, Phil Shaw reverses with a hip toss. The block goes to the well one too many times. Phil Shaw going to hit the mumble slam. Go for a pin of his own. Oh, wow. The block going to kick out. Diavolo is taken off in a sprint to the other side of the ring. And she is now stuck in a loop as Phil Shaw hits a standing moonsault. What's happening with Diavolo over there? Up and down off the ring area. Okay, now she's going to make her way back over as the block reverses. Hits a bunch of strikes. Phil Shaw going to punch this man in the stomach to reverse him. And then pick the block up over his head, slam him down, and go for a pin. And the block's going to kick out. Friends, I forgot to mention I'm wearing my 420 DNA hoodie, the dry fit hoodie. I love it, super comfy. It's a strong hoodie. There's the mumble slam. You can pick one up for yourself at www.420dna.com. The block kicks out. If it's in you, it should be on you. Phil Shaw going to head back up to the top rope. Oh, goes for the 5-star frog splash, but the block gets the knees up and makes his way back to the corner to tag in his partner, Diavolo. Diavolo really going to work on the arms and head of Sarah Bailey, and she is in a world of hurt right now. There's the leg lock. She's going to work on every part of her, and that's just now. Her legs go yellow. She's worked over the entire body of Sarah Bailey, and that's impressive. Phil Shaw breaks up what would have been at least a 2. Instead, Sarah Bailey turns it into a dragon screw. And drag Diavolo to nowhere. Diavolo going to reverse. Sarah Bailey's in a bad spot here. Her power bar is done ski. Still fighting though, showing that grit. Diavolo reverses the punch. And then Mimes adjusting her an arm pad that she doesn't have. Oh, Sarah Bailey gonna have a stunner, gonna guillotine her on that second rope. And then tag out. Put Phil Shaw and DeBlock back in this ring. DeBlock with a spinning sit-out powerbomb. Wow, he's going to get Phil Shaw with the spinning sit-out powerbomb. He looks happy. Sarah Bailey looks livid. And that means Diavolo and DeBlock going to take home this mixed tag tournament and earn themselves a shot at the mixed tag titles against Dr. Volcano and Mad Moxie. Excellent. This is a crazy night of wrestling, and that was well earned. It was a hard tournament. I don't think we saw a match less than 3 stars. And that's something. And there you see the winners. DeBlock and Diavolo, the new #1 contenders for the mixed tag titles. There you see the house show viewers going crazy. And that was our main event, friends. A 4.5-star instant classic. And that's going to bring us to the end of this episode. I will close this, come back to me so that I can tell you, friends, thank you so much for watching with me this week at Me and the Boys Wrestling. Check out www.420dna.com. If it's in you, it should be on you, just like it's on me. Check out HoldenRoadsCoffee.com. It is delicious. It is the candy cane blend I've been drinking throughout this episode, and it is fantastic. HoldenRoadsCoffee.com. Check it out. DeBlock would tell you to check out sharetheshock.ca, and there you can find all of his podcasts and all the information of where you can find everything else that he does. And I think that's it. We'll see you next week, friends, on Pop Culture Punch-Out. Cheers.